Many of them will see things differently. For the very first time, many of them would possibly go to their homes that they built in the States. Some will relocate to choicest places in Nigeria, like Abuja. Some would come, some would go to Lagos. My suspicion is a good number of them will come to Abuja. Many of them would for a moment come to realize how much work they have done for different people within their various states. Essentially, what that means is it's work you've done or not done. Issues of public health, issues of basic education. Basic education, how educated are their states and the children there. Some would even understand the extent of the war. Some will get new ideas of how they should have done. Some will spend some time in the dark regretting the things that they have done. Others will stay in the dark to regret things they never did. It's the transition week. This cuts across the governors, the president, and some appointments would also, of course, slip away. Many of the appointments across Nigeria are based on who is the principal, and they are only as valid as when the principal is in office. So, for example, this Wednesday is going to be the last Federal Executive Council meeting, possibly chaired by President Muhammadu Buhari, where he would thank everybody for their service, the ministers and various other roles in there. Apart from some DGs and chairmen who run organizations, government organizations that are tenured, 5 years tenure, 1 year tenure, with 2 year term and the likes of that, a lot of the government appointees would also walk away from their various roles. Power is transient, isn't it? It's leaving. It's going away. It is leaving many of them. Now, those are for the government appointees. The wives of governors, the wife of the president, many of them would also realize what has been done, what could have been done. If there's still room to do for more, if there's a handbook that they would like to pass on to the next lady in charge, oh yes, to the next lady in charge, please don't stop my children education Kaza program. My women in this program should be extended. Please, out of the kindness of your heart, make sure the funding for a few foundations that we have started off do not dry up. I'm talking about what happens in the transition week, explaining to you the many areas that will be examined. While all this is being talked about, some people have diaries full of all the things they would do, of all the appointments that they can get, the ones they should get, the committees they should lead, the role they so much desire, how they would approach the president-elect when he becomes president to say, please, just give me this portion of assignment. Or should I use the words of the prodigal child? Give me my inheritance, my political inheritance. I want to be in charge of this. I've worked so long for you. I've done that for you. I've done so much for you in this arena. I deserve, I have earned, I want to take charge of this, of that, and more. So the wife of governors-elect, the wife of the president, hopefully one, the wife of the president-elect, will step forward. Start to look at things that are a little bit different. Well, what would she look at? Education, basic education, could be there to her. Women's rights. She's been known, for example, as the wife of president-elect to really fight on when it comes to women's rights. I mean, she literally had, a very, very interesting face-off with one of the senators who had a very disgraceful moment with a Nigerian when he beat up a lady. That's some of the things to remember. Beat up a lady, the story many of you do remember. Let me not drag off on the issue or start off a story that will drag set it into remembrance. So she will look at some of those things: basic education, health, reforms. You think about it. Ideas will come left, right, and center. Some would be self-serving ideas as initiated by some people. Some will do more. And then we have the governors who will take charge. The governors elect to become governors. They will bring out their diaries, think of all the things they want to do for the various states. Some will go into deals with foreign countries to give them minerals in exchange for processes that would uplift the look of their state. Well, in a time where quite a number of governors, outgoing governors, have constructed bridges, have constructed all kinds of things, one would wonder what is left to construct than the welfare of the people. So governors may choose to look into the welfare of their people. Will they? Should they be doing so? How do you do this? How do you improve on the lives and the livelihood of people within your state? How do you get people who are unemployed, underemployed into a better zone? Do you do trainings? How do you benefit from the new phase in which Nigeria may be going forward into the refinery project being launched by the Dangote refinery, which is due to be launched today? I know Tedola was with Dangote yesterday to take a look at the place today. Yes, just about this weekend. And there are all kinds of moving parts in our democracy that would go on throughout the course of this week. There'll be people who will choose to damage the reputations of other politicians in order for them to stand a chance to be seen, to be heard, and to emerge, and to stand a chance to possibly have more in the next government. There'll be politicians who choose just to say, I'm just going to walk away quietly, nothing more, nothing more. Some will be cleaning out their offices. Some will be thinking of what possible ways to track and make sure there's no track of corruption around their tables. Oh yes, that would happen. And I'm sad to say this, I do hope nothing of this happens along the lines of federal buildings suddenly becoming difficult to assess due to incidents that may or may not occur. But it leaves you with room to imagine all the things that is going on in the Federal Capital Territory today. What is going on? This is the transition week, and there are many ideas, approving or disapproving, that has already started off. And I wonder what you think about many things that could be going on, should be going on, cannot afford to go on, and may be going on. Stay with me. I'd like you to listen to this.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Yes, this one is for the health and wellness of the first family. They don't need to go abroad now. They can only need to maybe fly in an expat to help our people, you know. So no need for any leader to spend months and months abroad because of healthcare. If they live in research, what I've opted for it 6 years. I've initiated for this project 6 years ago when my husband spent 90 days. And it shouldn't, because we have all the experts in Nigeria. They only need like a good platform. And the hospital that's supposed to serve the first family is serving like 35,000 people, which is quite much. So that's why I said that we should have a VIP within the proximity of it.
That was the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, speaking essentially about the new medical treatment the facility available in the Aso Rock to serve the first family. And she believes, she started this 6 years ago, saying there'll be no need for Nigerian presidents to travel abroad because now there are facilities to cater for situations. We've always had good medical personnel, but not the facilities to cater for this. So she's of the opinion that things will go differently and no need to travel abroad anymore. Okay, this makes up a part of the things that are going on. And also of interest, I'd like to play for you after the break. 50 people are willing and are ready to serve as star witnesses that could hold Tinubu's presidency if he is inaugurated come next Monday. Well, that's how Peter Obi's lawyers hope to prove that Obi won, and there are star witnesses to go by with regards to this. That's from the Labour Party. From the PDP side, it's 100 witnesses that they're ready to showcase their strength and their backing for their own case as well. And also, I want to share with you the briefing around the demise of a young EFCC officer. It's a sad story coming out from Sokoto State. And according to the Anti-Corruption Agency, they provide a summary of what really happened that led to the death of the EFCC officer. All this coming up next, right here on Nigeria Info Morning Crossfire.
A great talk show unravels your thinking, makes you stop to listen, engages you in a debate of opinions.
I believe this man knows what he is doing. He is a Nigerian.
And ultimately brings you to the king of talk radio, Femi D.
This is Nigeria Info.
Wazobia Academy. Nothing breaks the news like the news. Trust me, I can prove it. I do it every morning on Morning Crossfire from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Nigeria Info 95.1, and I'm Femi D. Amede. Join the biggest conversation around the national politics every day in a way that is trustworthy, full of passion, and yes, covers the biggest politics and the stories that matter to you. See, you have all the reasons to find out what's going on in Nigeria and be engaged differently. Let's talk. That's the way to go, even this morning.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is 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 Nigeria Info.
Let me turn you in the direction of the EFCC because I may not get the chance to come back to this story, but it's one worthy of your listening in this very morning. And by the way, congratulations to Manchester City fans like us and Manchester City Club on winning the English Premier League. And now we're going to win the UEFA Champions League. I just thought I should say this. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. We win. It's going to be trouble. It's coming. It's coming. And it's going to be real. Just thought I should mention that. Now, the EFCC in Sokoto last week provided a briefing around, they provided a briefing with regards to the incident among 3 of the officers in Sokoto State. And I'd like you to listen to the accounts they provide along the lines of this.
This is Morning Crossfire.
Which is suspected to have led to the unfortunate death of one of our young officers, Inspector of the EFCC, Abel Issa Dixon. The officer passed away on May 7, 2023 at the Usman Danfodio University in Sokoto, the teaching hospital, so to speak, where he was receiving treatment for injuries he sustained 2 days earlier in a scuffle with 2 of his other colleagues. Those colleagues are Assistant Superintendent of EFCC Akpata Oluwaseun Odunayo and Inspector of EFCC Ubuji Titus Tochukwu. They had disagreed over procedures for the custody of items belonging to a suspect in detention, leading to a fight, a conduct which the Commission frowns at. These 2 2 officers with whom he had a disagreement have been suspended by the Commission and handed over to the police for further investigation and possible prosecution. The latest information which I have for you is that a 2-count holding charge bordering on criminal conspiracy and culpable homicide has been filed against them at the Chief Magistrate Court in Abuja, Sokoto. Both offences are punishable under sections 60 and 191 of the Sokoto Penal Code Law 2019. Without prejudice to the investigation by the police, the officers will face further disciplinary actions upon the conclusion of police investigation. The Executive Chairman, Mr. Rashid Bawa, is saddened by the incident and has extended his heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family. He has, in addition, assured that the Commission will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that those who are indicted over the unfortunate incident are brought to justice.
This is Morning Crossfire.
I do hope you get the gist of this, but much of the story here is the fact that 3 officers disagreed. It led to the death and hospitalization and then death of one of them, and the 2 other officers are in police custody. I don't think we'll be able to take on the okay, let me just play a little bit for you. The 50 witnesses mentioned, talks about 50 witnesses that would stand to testify on behalf of Peter Obi in the court case, the Presidential Tribunal going on. The lawyers are really keen about this. Yes, they are. And they really are saying things will work out differently.
Which cannot be ruled out.
Let us see, considering the allegations the Labour Party and the presidential candidate have made against the election, will 50 witnesses alone enough to
Against
the election?
Yes.
And the person who was declared winner. Will 50 witnesses alone be enough to prove your case?
Yes, 50 will be enough. 50. That's what we have asked for. And I assure you that if we call 50 witnesses, the truth will be known.
This is Morning Crossfire.
50 witnesses will be enough, but that's not the account of the PDP. They are looking at 100 witnesses.
I see today is a Saturday, yet the court convened and sat in order to hear this matter, which underscores its importance. So once we finish with this pre-hearing, we now go into the actual hearing. We're very happy with the progress made so far.
A lot of us have thought that it was adjourned to Monday. One of the statement that was made, which is even a bit technical for a lot of us who are probably that issue of we want to really know what it means.
Yes, you'll notice that before rounding up, the court raised the issue and drew the attention of counsel to this issue of consolidation of petitions, which is provided by the first schedule to the Electoral Act. And the court has given us opportunity to go and brainstorm on this and then come back to make our opinions known. You know, there are now 3 presidential petitions pending, and the court, which is provided by the first schedule to the Electoral Act. And the court has given us opportunity to go and brainstorm on this and then come back to make our opinions known. You know, there are now 3 presidential petitions pending, and the court needs to deal with all this expeditiously. And that is why this issue of consolidating all the petitions has come up. Fortunately, the matter is coming up on Monday. On Monday, we shall offer our opinion to the court, and the court will resolve this issue in the best.
This is Morning Crossfire.
So, build up to this same Monday that we are on. It's the Monday where Dangote Refinery will be commissioned. It's the same Monday, that's 7 days to the transition. It's the same Monday that serves as the continuation of the Presidential Tribunal. It's the same Monday that NARD suspends its industrial action that's lasted for about 2 weeks now, and much more. All right, let me get your view in. We've got about 8 minutes to round this off before I speak to my guest this very morning. Let's get your views in. The numbers remain 0700-951-0000. Okay, that's 0700-951-0000. And yes, if you're joining in on the other line, it's 080-9597-4869. And on WhatsApp, it's 080-999-30137. Good morning to you. Glad you joined in.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you today? What's your name?
Yes, it's Samuel from Bogolada.
All right, Samuel, let's hear you. Oh, do you say Samuel? Your name again? Ahmed, okay, yes.
I would like to thank Mr. President for his giant stride for infrastructure development in Nigeria. Mr. President is going to... Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you, Ahmed.
Mr. President will be in Lagos today in order to... Is it to open... what is he going to do there?
Commission at the Dangote Refinery.
That is a good thing. And it's own government and Dangote group. So the government has done a lot. You see, I don't expect government to have their own, let's say, Nigeria. It can never happen. Because anything coming, we don't take care of it. People are asking for Nigeria, it will never happen at all.
Okay.
Government will just help those states who are into that business now. That's the only thing we can do in Nigeria now.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you. I've got to take on another call. Thank you, Ahmed. Okay. Good morning to you. Welcome.
Yeah, I remember humble self, Bakar Ali, aka Tinubu Pekin, calling from PW Kubwa. Very quickly.
Yes, please.
As regards President Muhammadu Buhari, he has done his best and he has received all the needed bullets, the landmines, in order for Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu to come and smooth sail. Yes, Muhammadu Buhari has gone through a lot of ups and downs regarding to his health, regarding to the economy, the security. He is able to give his best to his country. And I hope Ahmed Tinubu is going to consolidate on avoid all the numerous shortcomings that President Muhammadu Buhari has.
All right, then. Thank you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Senator. My name is Jerry from Abuja.
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, we are celebrating Dangote Refinery. For God, Dangote is just a private business.
Do you mind? Jerry, right?
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you. Jerry, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much are they selling for now? 4,000 something. Nobody should, to me, I'm not celebrating because nobody should control the Dangote price. The commissioner of the Dangote Refinery, no Dangote, our government doesn't talk about the price. The main thing in this Dangote Refinery is the price. Are we going to buy the low price as we are buying it now? You understand? So they just secretly hide the price. We are all of us are rejoicing about Dangote price. Like, is it not a shame that 8 years, government cannot be even a modular refinery? And we are celebrating. If I open my shop now, I will call my governor to come and open it. Because my governor cannot control my price.
Okay.
You understand? So that just seems like someone that is going to benefit something in this nation. I went from that. Look at the thing
I've got to take more calls there, brother. Thank you.
What I'm begging to that when he's going out, he's go with his investment. Honestly, because if we go with his investment to Daura, I'll be happy over it.
All right. Thank you for your time. Okay. Well, I guess the biggest suggestion from your point of view is President Muhammadu Buhari should leave when he leaves and should leave alongside with the people that he has served with. Things will be different. Family, the member of the House of Reps was seeking to the position of speakership at his claim of lopsided appointment. Where was he when President Buhari made lopsided appointment with his region benefiting more than other regions? Again, he's talking about contributions. How much does this region contribute to the economy to warrant the position he is clamoring for? Lone Baye from Cuba did write that in. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. My name is Jacob. I'm calling from Dublin.
Chukudi, welcome.
No, Jacob is my name.
Oh, Jacob. Okay.
Yes. I just want to comment on this issue of Dangote refinery. I don't know why it is difficult for the federal government to build refinery for the country that was done in the past. I don't really know the science behind it, that they are finding difficult. I think, my own opinion, we could have invited Buhari and his cabinet to come and explain to Nigeria the difficulties they are having in providing Nigeria with affordable refinery so that we can correct them for future purpose. We cannot live our life like that. If Nigeria is the only country I've had in this world that having the last quantity of crude oil as this without refining our oil product, it's very, very bad. Dangote is a private individual. I believe that this Dangote refinery, most of them that are in the government today, they have shares in it, high shares, not the small ones.
Okay.
They are just building this refinery in the name of Dangote. The people in this government that hold that refinery.
All right.
That is my belief.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your belief. Nancy from Muse says, hey, FMD, what will be the fate of Yakubu if the tribunal finds out there was no winner and therefore none should have been declared? Will it just ride away into the sunset? There really has to be consequences for rascality because since the declaration of these results, Nigerians have been at it. Why can't we just do the right thing, respect ourselves and others? We are all equal as humans. Only privilege has been trust on some. They shouldn't abuse it, okay? That's your viewpoint on this. Good morning, Femidi. The Labour Party political crisis shows how disorganized the party is. I'm still wondering if such party would have won our presidency. Let your movement rest their cases. Let Nigeria move on. Rappel from Guac did write that in. Thanks for that. And from Apo resettlement, Kalu should be reminded that Igbo are actually not ripe for Igbo Senate president yet. Mohammed Afegu from Apo resettlement did write that in. Good morning, Femi. Please, can you let people know that an appointment, that there is a difference between approval of appointment in civil service and political appointment. Those approved are civil servants that rise through the ladder to the top, okay? So what would happen essentially is for those who have political appointments, they will leave those roles. And I think the most senior person in those various ministries, for example, the PAMSEX, I presume, will take on leading till new ministers are appointed into such roles. Nigeria should speak jaw, should really proceed as a killer nation. That's your question. Every day, there's killing going on. Politicians don't seem to care, only just for position and money. Haba Zaza writes that in as well this very morning. Stay with me. I'll be back to speak to our guests for this morning.
This is a sponsored program.
This is Nigeria Informed.